It is currently noon on the day our senior project's due, and I've spent the last week and a half trying to get my PowerPoint on Office 365 to work to no avail. So here I am recording my senior project without a visual representation. So I'm excited to see my grade after this project. I am recording my bathroom because my room has been taken over at the moment. So I hope you enjoy. A career, I am also ad-libbing this, just so you know. No script, no nothing. So, a career in accounting. I've been decided for about 4 years now that I wanted to major in accounting. Some people, if you're watching this, might be looking at me like, why? Why are you majoring in accounting? And honestly, I would look at you and say, I don't know. No, I do know. It all started, wow, it's one of those stories. It all started 10 years ago in second grade. It was, drumroll, career day. All the careers there were really cool. I remember there was a fireman, there was a pharmacist. I really liked the pharmacist presentation. And then there was an accountant. I don't remember whose parent was the accountant. I don't really remember. But I know it was one of them. So basically there's an accountant and she came and she talked and I just really I was drawn to her. I think it was her personality, her aura, the way she captured your attention. It was really good. And honestly, as a little second grader, I was like, wow, if accountants are like that, I want to be an accountant. So that was the first time I was introduced to accounting. Now, 6 years later, in 8th grade, I was in a fight with my mom, and she asked who wanted to go to the grocery with her. And I was like, I don't want to go to the grocery. I'm mad at you. Typical, 8th grade. You know how it is, Miss Klosterman. You have a son. So I was like, I don't want to go to the grocery with you, Mom. I'm going to stay with Dad. Well, Dad was going to the accountant's office. It was sometime in the middle of March, tax season. So I accompanied Dad to the accountant's office. Now, a little background. My favorite scent in the world, like scent smell, my favorite scent in the world is like the lemon furniture, soft furniture wash. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the citrusy, the one you put on wood to make it furniture polish. That's what I was talking about, okay? My favorite scent in the world is lemon furniture polish. And when we pulled up to the accountant's office, I got out. Dad's like, you can wait in the lobby. It won't take that long. I just have to go back and see him. I'm like, all right. We walk in. I take a deep breath. It smelled like citrusy heaven. And so I waited in that lobby for 15 to 20 minutes surrounded by lemon furniture polish. I was like, man, if all accountant's office smell like this, I want to be an accountant. So that was my second encounter. Encounter number 3. I was a sophomore in high school. Fast forward 4 years. I was a sophomore in high school, and I was like, all right, what classes do I want to take? Scheduling was a really big thing. I didn't want any ag classes, and all of the history classes sounded really boring. So I was looking, and I'm like, wow, these business electives seem really cool. So I put as many on my sheet as possible. I don't remember what place accounting 1 was. I had accounting 1, business law, computer apps 2, as if I thought I could take it, even though I haven't taken computer apps 1. General business, international business, consumer economics, everything you can imagine. Mrs. Wagner's classes filled my elective courses. And I got my schedule back that summer, and I was looking at it, and it said accounting 1. I was like, okay, cool, accounting 1. First period, accounting 1, I can do that. So the first day of school, I went in, sat down. Miss Wagner starts talking. I really like her. She's super cool. We're really similar, I think. Or I'd like to think, I guess. I hope so. I go in, I sit down, or she's talking. I sit down next to one of my friends. We're talking, and she's like, okay, so this is accounting class, and she's like, most of your courses, it's for College Credit Plus, by the way. Most of your courses are going to be online. However, we do have a high school book that we're going to be starting out with just to get you into it. I'm like, okay. So we started out with the high school book, and we did these manual fill-ins with your pencil. You drew the chart. You filled it in. It was disgusting. I hated it. Those first couple months, I was like, oh my God, don't make me go to accounting. Don't make me go to accounting. Just start my day out with that. Not fun. Not fun, let me tell you. It's not fun. So we had those manual fill-in things, and we did them for the first couple months, and then finally, we moved on to the computer. And that's when I fell in love. So technology is a great thing, it makes everything easier. So with the computer's help, accounting no longer felt like a chore, it felt like a puzzle. And I love puzzles. I love figuring it out, like what goes here, assets equals liabilities plus equity, like what? It was so fun. And so I took that class, and I loved it, absolutely adored it. And so the next class I took accounting too, and as you know, we went to Chicago. Enter the next phase of my career story. I've never been to a big city before. I've been to New York, not New York City. I've been to New York State. And it was cool. I've been to Columbus. I've been to Cincinnati, Fort Wayne, all the big cities that are around here, but I've never been to a big city. So when we went to Chicago last May, it was like, I can't even describe how much I loved it. Everybody was doing their own thing, and I just it's like the vibe of the city spoke to me. So I fell in love with the city of Chicago on an accounting trip. Therefore, by affiliation, I guess I still love accounting. So college season rolls around, and I'm thinking, my parents are like, where do you want to go? I'm like, I don't know, Miami University, whatever. You gotta start applying somewhere. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll apply to University of Cincinnati, Miami University, Case Western. That was a pipe dream. Wow. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, I really love Chicago. And there's a lot of opportunities. They have what they call the big 3 accounting firms, and one of them is stationed in Chicago. So for accounting majors, going to school in Chicago, that's a lot of opportunity. There's this program called Intern to Hire. You summer intern. They hire you you summer intern during your junior year. They hire you going into your senior year. You work for them your senior year as a lower level, and then you graduate. And with the diploma, you're now eligible to apply for upper level positions. Therefore, okay, so now I'm looking at colleges. I'm like, oh, where do I want to go? And in the back of my head, I keep thinking, I'm like, man, I really like man, I really like Chicago. I really like Chicago, and I want to go there. I really want to go to Chicago. So I'm looking online, and the first college I find is the University of Chicago. I was like, man, this is so cool. I love it. It's so cool. I love this university. And so I'm going online. I'm like, maybe I want to go here. Scrolling through all these all their majors online, and guess what? They don't have accounting. So I'm like really bummed out. Okay. It's fine, there's plenty of college in Chicago, right? Right. So I'm scrolling through, and the next one that catches my eye is Loyola University of Chicago. I looked at pictures. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's by the lake. It's a private school, so it's a little bit more scenery focused, I guess, if you could say, you know what I mean. Well, a lot of private schools have that, aesthetic to them. So I look online, and I look at their majors, and lo and behold, they have accounting as a major. So I request for more information. I send my email, they send me email back, whatever. I'm like, okay, so that was June. In August, I get an email from them. They're like, take time to fill out our free college application. It's free. And I'm like, score! All the other applications are asking me for $50, $75 to apply. I don't even know if I want to go there, and they're making me pay money. That's ridiculous. This one's free. So I applied to that in August, okay? And between August and October of 2019, I became dedicated to going to Loyola. Everything. I searched Loyola all the time, followed their sports events, followed their student pages, found students that go there, talked to them. I set up a college visit without telling my parents. And then the next week I was like, hey, by the way, we have to go to Chicago this weekend. I already scheduled our college visit. That didn't go over too well. We did go in anyway. But I was dedicated to Loyola, and I had not applied anywhere else. And my mom's like, you need to apply other places. I said, no. So come October, I actually remember the exact date. It was October 12th. I was sitting in a little cafe in Wapak with my mom, and I opened my email. I'm like, I want to log on to my student portal. I haven't done that in a while. And I logged on, and it was like, congratulations, future Rambler. I'm like, that's weird. And I clicked on the update and it said, "You've been accepted." And so like I freaked out. I was like, "Mom, look, I got in. And it was a big thing. So finally, my next step in becoming an accountant was going to Loyola University of Chicago. Now, since I was accepted with the scholarship, I was eligible to apply for the business honors, which I did get accepted to. I found out a couple weeks ago. Through the business honors, the class loads and everything is more focused and more individual towards your certain career. So as a future accountant, I have more classes, which will contribute to the number of hours I need to get my CPA license. You need 150 college credit hours, and then like a certain number of them have to be within the accounting major. So since I'm a honors student, that's gonna help a lot. So my plans for after college, moving on to the next segment, I am a majoring accountant, I'm going to Loyola University of Chicago, I have graduated. What am I going to do? So there's 2 firms in Chicago that I've been looking at. PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is one of the big 3, the one that has the intern to hire through your junior year. You work for them your senior year as like a paid internship, but also a job. And then when you graduate, you're just like inducted into the company. And it's a great system. It's like really, you have a lot of job security, which is a good thing. So the other company I'm looking at is smaller. So obviously it's a little bit more personal, because with big corporations you don't have that personal connection. It's business. And I kind of like the personal connections. The smaller company I'm looking for is Crow Corporations. They're an accounting firm, and they do accounting and business and advertising as their specialties, which is another thing that I'm interested in. I am in general business this year, and I love my general business class, and I love the advertising portion. So I think Crow would be a great opportunity for me. Those 2 companies both have basically really close to the same requirements, and they're almost always hiring generally, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Either they're always looking for new and improved minds, or people tend to quit or get fired for some reason, which is, well, I guess I'll have to see. Basically, as an accountant, what I would do as an accountant is I hope to enter these. So there's 2 sectors. There's private accounting and there's public accounting. During my job shadow and experience this year, I shadowed my dad's accountant that I visited back in 8th grade, and he told me that it is better if you enter the public sector first, build up a reputation, and then transfer to the private, because if you do that, then it'll be easier to work your way up to get to the salary wages rather than, per hour. So it was really kind of bummed me out, honestly. I was hoping not to do public at all. It's not that I don't like people. I just really don't. I don't know. Public accounting didn't appeal to me as much as private accounting. When I thought of accounting, I thought of private accounting immediately. But a public accountant would be somebody that you go to get your taxes done, everything like that. Private accountants do, they have one client, they work for a corporation, and that's who they are. So I can see how it would be harder to transfer up. So I'm considering what he said, but at the same time, I don't think I would love my job as a public accountant. So if I were to do that, it would not matter where I would live, where I would be at, if I were to go into public accounting. Because if you think about it, just put this in your mind the next time you drive through Lima. Look out your window and just document how many accounting firms you drive past, because I didn't realize how many accounting firms there were in Lima until I decided I want to be an accountant and I started paying attention. There's so many. In a smaller city like Lima, there's so many accountants, and they're all public accountants. In a big city, there's thousands of them. So if the opportunities here are abundant, then the opportunities in Chicago must be plentiful. However, if I were to go into private accounting, I would probably want to be in a bigger city. Most corporations are based in bigger cities. There are a few that are in Lima that would be okay. However, I really, really would love to live in the city. I think the business sector of all careers, just if you take all business careers, they thrive in big cities. So that's why I plan to live in Chicago. Um, Daily life as an accountant, it really like depends on the employer. That these days you can't really say, oh well, I would work these hours and this, because it really depends on your employer. However, I know a lot of accountants are offered flex place and flex time, so meaning they choose where they want to work. They can work from home, they can do all that, and flex time when they want to work as long as they have this many hours per week. Which I think would be good for me. I like to be a little bit independent, especially like with things that are under my control, such as my job. Also, another thing, I did a little bit of research on PricewaterhouseCoopers, and they have an international program. I love to travel. I love cultures. I love everything else. And so I was thinking when I go to college as a major in accounting, if I wanted to minor in any foreign language, I haven't really decided yet. I have time. And so through the travel program, there's places you can go like Rome, Vietnam, South Korea, Germany, and then Madrid, Spain. They have bases there that they all send accountants to, and like advocacies and everything, and it's all a big deal. I think I would absolutely love to travel. So I really do think I'm making the best choice for me based on my career. I've considered other options. As you know, I like writing. I don't have enough work ethic and like focus to stick to a writing career. I can't sit down and write a book, especially on a deadline. And I know that's trouble for a lot of writers. I just feel like it decreases the quality. If I write when I'm inspired, then my writing is good. If I write because I have to, then it's kind of, well, it's mediocre. So I don't think I would make it very far as an author. All of my family was convinced I was going to become a musician. I'm like, they don't really know how much talent and skill you actually have to become a musician, even just get into the college, let alone succeed in the career. But as soon as I took that first accounting class, and as soon as I logged onto the computer and filled out my first balance sheet online, I knew, I was like, this is amazing. I want to do this. And so, really, I don't think it matters who you are or where you come from. As long as you choose a career that you love and you know is right for you, I think you're going to succeed. So I'm really happy that I got to share my career choice with you and how I led up to it. And I hope that you don't think accountants are boring anymore, because I know a lot of people do. So thank you for listening. Have a great day.